Air Force Basketball on Altitude is brought to you by Intermountain Health, helping people live the healthiest lives possible. Well, it's all smiles for the Air Force Falcons that they were able to defeat Boise State 72-65 on Senior Day. And you know what? Anytime you get a dub, you know you got to talk to the head coach. And we're here talking with the head coach of the women's basketball team, Stacey McIntyre. Number one, your thoughts on this victory?
Yeah, I just couldn't be more proud of this team, and especially just a proper senior send-off. Excuse me, and just I mean, I can't say enough about Joe Hunter and Madison Smith, and I mean, and they both had great games today. And gosh, how about Milani Perry? She was awesome down the stretch.
Yeah, you talk about what Milani Perry did in the second half. 25 points overall. Did pretty good, and Madison Smith got off to a strong start with 12 points in the first quarter. That was impressive.
Well, I think Maddie's on a mission. I think that's the best way to describe it. And, I mean, what Lonnie pulled through us in the stretch. And, I mean, everybody contributed today, so it was a total team effort.
How satisfying is a win like this, especially the last game against San Diego State? You led by 10 going into the fourth quarter of that game. You led by 12 in this one and was able to go and get a W. How big is this one as you have one final game in the regular season? I
mean, you love having a win like this, especially on your last home game. But, just as a reminder to these kids that we expect to win, that we come out and we execute, and, it's great momentum going into Albuquerque.
All right, now before we let you go, I got to brag on you a little bit, all right? You tied the record for the most wins by a first-year coach in their first season with 17 wins. You have one game to go, but what does this win mean to you, especially your first season?
I mean, you know what? I don't even think about it. I mean, clearly we ask the team to take, one game at a time, and I do the same. And, certainly just thankful, not just for what the kids do, but this coaching staff, because they're amazing. And, when you do have a great staff, you have a record like this.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the victory. Well deserved, and enjoy a great win yet again.
Thank you, Justin.
All right, thank you so much. And that's Stacey McIntyre, the head coach of the women's basketball team here for the Air Force Falcons. Let's take a look at some stats. Why don't we? As you see, the Falcons doing a great job, but it's that turnover number that really helped out Air Force this afternoon. Boise State, 20 turnovers, Air Force with only 9. Rebound advantage did go the way of Boise State, but the Falcons doing a great job from downtown and also making it happen overall with 4 more assists against Boise State. As I welcome back Gene Parker. And Gene, you heard the comments from Coach McIntyre. Very proud of her players, especially her senior with Madison Smith. Joe Hunter doing a great job on Senior Day, and Milani Perry helping out. That
She's
junior
probably
with a big
saying,
game.
how come you can't give that to me every game?
Right.
Can we get 30 points every single game? That would help us out quite a bit. But I think them being able to battle back and absorb Boise State's runs was fantastic, and they put together a pretty close to complete game. And I mean, it also helps Milani Perry almost went perfect from the field in the second half, and a couple buzzer beaters helps there. So she's just fantastic from the mid-range that we saw in both halves.
Yeah, Milani Perry with 14 points in the second half. And I mean, she really shot every shot in the second half from the same place, just a little bit away from the elbow. And when you leave her that wide open, you know it's going in the bottom of the net.
That wide open with her favorite shot. It's really tough to guard, and she makes it look so easy. But I know the Broncos players were really trying to guard her.
Yeah, well, let's talk about Madison Smith. She started off this game very strong, ends this one with 28 points. What can you say about the performance about this senior from her?
I think she just came out focused and had a fire in her and just played very smart, and everybody fed off of that, and then also got it done on the defensive end as well. Like we said, that's the Falcons' identity, and when you see your senior star player getting all of these steals, you can't help but respond and play a little bit harder. Madison Smith, she's not a vocal leader, I would say, but she was leading by example all today.
They also had some help as well. Jada McNabb did a great job. You have several other players who were able to go and dominate off the bench, and this is with only Keely O'Halloran, one of the players that really knows how to score, only scoring 5 points. So it's your 2 top players doing a great job in order to get it done for the Falcons. Now they improved to 7-10 in conference play, have a chance to end the regular season at 8-10 in conference play, will face a very good New Mexico team. What do they have to do to get that W on the road?
I think just a complete game. Again, they have to be consistent in every single quarter. Let the defense fuel their offense. I sound like a broken record, but that's when they're at their best, is when they're stealing the ball, knocking down shots, and having just a little bit of fun out there.
I tell you what, it was a lot of fun here at Kluman Arena as the Air Force Falcons were able to win the home slate point of the season with a W, 75-68 over the Boise State Broncos. Well, join us back here on Tuesday for some more familiar logos. The Air Force men's basketball team will take on Boise State. Our coverage will start at 7 p.m. on Altitude 2. This has been a presentation of Altitude Sports, your home for the Air Force Falcons. For Gene Parker and the entire crew, I'm Justin Adams saying thank you as always for spending some time with us. We will see you next time, and God bless.